Hey Evan,
Hey, Cameron.
do you ever have a hard time making your dog come?
Yeah. There's a lot of late nights trying to
Yeah,
jack my dog off.
like you call to it
Yeah,
and they just don't listen.
yeah,
You, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Been there, brother.
So, we have a new product that
Okay.
just got pitched to us by the fun folks over at Dr. Fantastic. So we've had a very close working relationship with since before this show even began.
Yep.
And it's designed to help you make your dog come more easily and faster than ever before.
And more pleasurable.
Yeah. Uh, so it's a patented new uh, new whistle that
Okay.
you can blow on, and it's called Dr. Fantastic's Dog Come. That's dog, comma, come, exclamation mark. Uh, and and it's just designed to help the dog owners in the audience who have difficulty with canine obedience getting their dogs to come when you want them to. And so we have partnered with them in an effort to sell as many units of dog cum as we possibly can. And so if you follow the links on our website, you will be able to buy heretofore unknown quantities of dog cum. Again, that's dog, comma, cum.
Yeah.
But also, I'm told that they've branched out from the world of canine obedience. And for the equestrians in the audience, we are now happy to offer horse cum as well. Because you know how a stubborn horse can just be difficult.
Yeah.
Try as you
Yeah.
might, as much elbow grease as you might put into it, getting your horse to come when called can be tremendously taxing. And yeah, that's that. So
Yeah.
input code left unread at
Yep.
purchase of any size order of dog or
Yeah.
horse cum.
Yeah.
And you could be one of the first to receive access to Dr. Fantastic Dr. Fantastic founder Hugh Fantastic's personal human obedience whistle, Hugh Man Come, which will which will help you get your human friends to obey you as well. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah.
I've always had a hard time getting dogs to come,
Yep.
and I think that I'm probably not alone in that. So
Yep.
yeah, please give that a look see. And
Yeah. So does this help me jack off my dog?
no, what? Oh, dude, no. Let's start the show.
All right.
So yeah, so that's that. That's the ad. What's up?
Not much, man. What's going on with you?
Not a whole lot, dude. Just it's been a crazy couple weeks, and the
Yep.
world just hasn't stopped. And
World keeps spinning.
world keeps spinning.
Yep.
And I know that we had some things that we really wanted to kind of get into this week because we didn't do an episode last week.
Yep.
And I have an episode basically in the can ready to go, so we should have 2 pretty solid ones banged out back to back. But I think this week we wanted to kind of just chat about a bunch of stuff.
Talk about some ish, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
What did you want to start? What was the first?
Yeah.
Thing
So first off, I'll give you've been eating the crow since with some aplomb. So we could just do a minor struggle session here.
Are you saying that you appreciate the grace with which I've handled this situation?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So
we won't need to go change.
Yeah, we won't need to go through an entire left unread cultural revolution here. Yeah. Just a minor one, just a little struggle session, a little Maoist self-crit for Cameron here. Yeah. As we've talked about the royal situation and Kate Middleton on this podcast, Cameron was perhaps throwing a little bit of cold water on the idea that there was something seriously wrong. Yeah, a little bit. I know in our text, and I think I didn't really re-listen to the beginning or the part of the Royal Britannia episode. I know we talked about it a bit there, but I did re-listen to the beginning of last episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I knew you would. I didn't. Yeah. But I knew you would. I knew you'd come with receipts.
Yeah,
so
I know I had mentioned to you before my belief that it was probably cancer, like some kind of like stomach cancer or something like that.
Yeah.
Like Kate Middleton, his mysterious illness that was clearly much worse than the royal family was letting on was, and you were not so receptive to the idea, continuously saying that you didn't think anything was wrong and that the royals were just being weird, which to be fair, they are fucking weird people.
Yeah, and they were just being weird because
it's just
lots
like
of people get cancer.
The king has and
they
cancer.
They don't like release weird doctored photos. But totally.
And the king has cancer too, so it's like it's not even like some rare thing for those reptiles. But
House of Windsor, more like House of Cancer. Yeah, I know that's really tough. That was rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I don't know. Part of it I think is just I think that a little disagreement among hosts is good for business because I've been back and forth on like the cancer thing like off air with other people and like I'm not surprised to find out that that's the case, but I will definitely cop to. Having a tendency to disagree with you specifically,
yes,
just out of like a decade-long brotherly struggle.
Some sort of.
I won't even say like for supremacy because I don't know. I don't want to beat you. I just don't want you to win.
Yeah. You wish we could both lose.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the best way to put it, dude. Yeah. I don't want to win. I just also don't want you to win.
Yeah. It's kind of like my feelings with the New York Yankees. You know, I don't particularly even care if the Red Sox win as long as the Yankees also do not win.
Sure.
I am your New York Yankees.
Yeah, we're used to living down in the muck. We just also want them down here with us. In the filth.
I'm comfortable rolling around in shit. I just don't want you getting uppity on like some nice furniture over there or something. No, you're in the pigsty with me, bud.
Shit, aka the Boston breakfast.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah,
taking our daily dose.
Yeah. So anyway, so Kate Middleton, she's got cancer. Unless they're doing like a double thing here, and that was a deep fake video, and that she's actually ascended into the reptilian realm.
I do think that a lot of this
been beamed up to the starship or something.
I saw some great memes about it, and one of the best was just, do you follow Reductress? Like the women centered like satire website.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to be pretty good, and they just had one that the headline was literally just like, "Are you happy now, you sick fucks?" Like, and it's true. It's just like all the fucking weirdos out here in the world that have been like, maybe they're lizards. It's like, no, man, fine. Like, she'll admit it. She's just got cancer, and I think she probably just has cancer. But the way they handled it, they botched it so bad, and like
it would be,
all these like attempts at like weird, like noble secrecy and like court intrigue in fucking 2024 just feels so forced and silly. Definitely, I think to us as like, you know, American listeners, I don't know what the feeling is in the UK, but I know for a fact that, you know, there is, even among like the most, you know, modern thinking Brits, there is this weird reverence for the crown. Not with everybody, obviously, but it's more widespread than I would have expected. So who knows, man?
And you know what? Maybe some drunk CIA agent was hanging out in London and thought it would be funny to fire the cancer gun at Kensington Palace. Who knows? Who knows?
Could be.
Yep.
It's a shame that he couldn't fire the like normal hairline gun at them. That would have been sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, nope. It was the cancer gun again. But
I mean, maybe Harry got astray from that one at some point.
I think Harry's had hair plugs.
Really? I mean, it's thinning in the front. It's
it is
thinning at this point.
I guess, it wouldn't be in the front so much because usually a lot of times with plugs, what you get is like all of a sudden then you have this really strong like front hairline,
like
and
Elon
then you just
Musk.
Bald from there back. Yeah, dude.
And I mean, William, he that fucking hairline got peeled back like a banana peel.
Poor guy
he hit
too.
Like 25.
If you look at pictures of him when he was young, dude was a fucking certified stud. Like,
I
mean, both of those brothers are good-looking guys, but he definitely inherited like Princess Di's genes.
Yeah, and then the banana peel. Pulled back.
And now, like, it does make a difference. And you know what? I'll tell you what. If he just shaved the stuff, like the whole head, he would look a million times better.
Yeah, just keep it a tight buzz.
He keeps, like, his hair looks like my papa. Yeah. You know, he keeps it, like, long on the sides, and that's just not a good look, you know?
It's not for anybody,
Like Jason Statham. There's a handsome British bald man.
Yeah.
He'd look weird with hair. You ever see a picture of Jason Statham with fucking hair?
I watched him in a movie recently where he had long hair. It was like an older movie, and he had fucking long hair, and it was thin still, but like it was like long hair. I was like, "What the fuck?"
What movie was this?
Some like Guy Ritchie movie from like 2004 or something like that.
And you don't think it was a hairpiece? You think it was his real hair?
I don't know, man. It looked thin, like it was still like a weak fucking hairline.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
Was it Revolver?
Yeah, is that the one with Big Pussy from Sopranos in it? He was in it.
2005.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that actually might be his real hair.
Yeah, like, it's definitely thin. It's like a fucked up hairline.
It had Ray Liotta and Andre 3000 in it?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be real.
Yeah. An absolutely batshit insane movie.
Was it good?
I don't even know. I don't know
worth
if it was
watching?
good or bad.
Let's not say good. Was it worth watching?
Yeah, it's like insane. Like there's like an animated sequence. It's like
I love when movies do that.
Yeah,
I fuck with an animated sequence.
Yeah,
like dude, in Kill Bill in Part 1, when they show the flashback to how Lucy Liu's character like assassinated the Yakuza boss, and it was all anime. Sick.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah, but it was funny too though when I was like posting about like on like my Instagram and shit like that about the royal thing. My sister is like super into the royals, and she's like, "Oh my god, now you're interested in it?" And she's just sending me like all this shit about how like Prince William likes to get pegged and shit like that. I was like, "Hell yeah, dude!"
Oh fuck!
I'm getting
so she's into the weird parts too. Not just the magical, what would it be like to live in a castle?
Oh, yeah, no, she's like, oh, yeah,
he's for that.
She's like, oh, yeah, he's been cheating on her for years, and apparently they call him the Prince of Pegging, and she's like sending me all these articles about how he likes to get pegged.
Dude, the Prince of Pegging? Holy smokes, that's fantastic.
I was like, hell yes, dude.
What a moniker, dude.
Yeah, so apparently that's been some friction between William and Kate.
That should be available as a nickname in Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yeah, the Prince of Pegging.
From Capcom.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if you can be the King of England and like to get pegged, you know what I mean?
Okay. It's tough. You can be the King of England and like to get pegged, certainly. Because
yeah.
there's no way he'd be the first. But you can't be the king of England
openly
and openly like to get pegged. That's the whole thing. You can be the king of England and like just about anything.
Dude. Yeah, you can't be the king of pegging.
There's no way there hasn't been a king who was into butt stuff. No fucking way.
Yeah. I damn near probably half of them have been into it. You know what I mean?
Half, dude. I mean, I don't know. I think about how many lay people are out here doing butt stuff, and we don't even have the fucking wealthy extravagance behind us.
We don't even have the time. So we barely have time to do.
Listen, man, I don't even have time to do normal healthy stuff. I'm making time for butt stuff. Yeah. So I will absolutely cop to backtracking on the seriousness of Kate's illness. I had spoken to some of my family over there, and they had said to me, like, oh, like, I don't know, like, they do weird shit like this all the time. It's probably nothing. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll take their word for it. And so that was kind of the basis for my it's probably nothing reporting here live on Left Unread.
The Brits were wrong once again.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and
America wins again.
And for the umpteenth time, you can't trust the Scottish people on anything.
Nope,
not to be trusted.
Not to be trusted.
Yeah, I'll admit that.
All right.
You know, so I wanted to talk a little bit about pivoting a little bit to a different, and I have a very small little write-up here. I know that I've mentioned this to you off air. So Haiti. You know Haiti. Haiti. There's some fucking crazy shit going on in Haiti. Yeah. And it's not getting talked about.
Say, I haven't paid any attention to this. I read a bit about, like, the fucking coups that went down like 3 years ago, something like that, when America was doing some really fucked up shit.
Oh, totally, yeah. And I to be fair, I haven't done like exhaustive research on this. This is an ongoing thing, and like, wouldn't
America
be surprised.
Is always doing some rude shit in Haiti, like wouldn't America and France.
If at least a couple of the people involved in this on both sides of the growing issue were spooks, but There's a barbecue going on in Haiti right now.
Yep.
And by that, of course, I mean 48-year-old Jimmy Charizier, a.k.a. Barbecue, who is the leader of the revolutionary forces of the G9 family, also known as G9 or FRG9.
I gotta say, if you're going to, like, install yourself into power and take, like, a nickname, Barbecue goes.
Yeah, dude, Barbecue goes incredibly fucking hard, dude. So here's the thing, like, this is not a good fellow that we're going to discuss right now. He's a bad person doing bad things. Hard not to root for him. Cause,
he picked a fucking
dude, he's
home run
dude,
of a
Barbecue
name.
Is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And so I first heard of this, one of my coworkers came up to me, he's like, hey man, did you hear about you hear that a guy named Barbecue just took over Haiti? And I was like, fucking what? Like, and no, it's true. So there's this guy, Jimmy Charizier, also known as Barbecue, who is now the most powerful. They call him a gang leader, but I think warlord is really a more apt description for what this guy is in Haiti, who over the last 5 or 6 years has risen through the ranks pretty rapidly to become now essentially the de facto leader of the island, or at least of the capital, which is, effectively the leader of the island of Haiti. And so I just had to like do a little reading into this guy's backstory and kind of figure out like basically what the fuck is going on. And so I just wanted to kind of like bring our listeners up to speed if you haven't heard about this, because there are so many other things going on in the world, and as is so frequently the case with small countries like Haiti, even when things are atrociously wrong or there is big news coming from them, we just don't see it as much as like, the big, obviously the ongoing genocide in Palestine and the war in the Ukraine. All of these things have really dominated the headlines and dominated our discussion. So this is just like a quote unquote smaller story in that it takes place in a smaller nation and is not dominating the headlines as much, but it's fascinating. Also, that just reminded me, I didn't make you have a struggle session for on the air of this show saying pretty much verbatim, "There's no fucking way in hell that Vladimir Putin will ever invade Ukraine." And then like a day later, he did.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm just saying, if I have to have a struggle session,
Yeah.
but I digress.
Yeah.
So who is Barbecue? So as I said, he's approximately 48 years old. Nobody actually knows when this guy was born, and we don't have a lot of information on him prior to the last like 5 or 6 years. As I said, he's the leader of a gang, but at this point, probably more apt to be described as like a revolutionary militia. And I don't mean revolutionary necessarily in like the badass way that Evan and I often talk about revolution and revolutionaries, because I'm not sure that he's looking to do anything but like strong arm and dominate and kill people, because he seems like a pretty fucked up dude.
But again,
yeah,
I do like barbecue.
So he grew up in one of the slums of Port-au-Prince, which is the capital and far and away largest settlement in Haiti, where as a child, supposedly his mother worked as a fried chicken vendor, which he claims is the origin of his moniker Barbecue in Creole, or barbecue in English. However, others claim that it's because he likes to set people on fire. So already just a kick-ass double backstory for the nickname there. It's either because he grew up working a grill, or it's just because he likes to melt people.
I developed my love for lighting people on fire from the crackling of the chicken skin when my mother was making some fine fried chicken meals.
Yeah, fucking perfect.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah.
So we do know that Barbecue was initially, and until fairly recently, a member of the National Police Force of Haiti.
No.
And he rose to public prominence in 2018 as one of the alleged leaders of the 2018 La Saline massacre. So La Saline being one of the prominent slums in Port-au-Prince. And cops descended on the slum and destroyed some 400 houses, and approximately 71 civilians were killed in about 24 hours. And there has long been conjecture. I mean, obviously the official line on this was that it was the police cracking down on like gang violence, but I think as you start to figure out who we're dealing with Barbecue here, it was probably more likely that Haitian politicians ordered this massacre as an attempt to quell anti-government, anti-corruption demonstrations that had started to crop up in the various slums in Port-au-Prince at that time, and which have been ongoing. So at some point during his tenure, he transitioned from probably corrupt police officer with gang ties to just like no longer a police officer, and now the leader of one of the rising gangs in Port-au-Prince, which is the G9. So the G9 was originally comprised of 9 different, it's, you know, the G9 family. It was 9 different gangs that consolidated under Barbecue and began vying for control of the Haitian capital. So we talk about gang violence in the U.S., and I think we think of like drugs and, you know, The Wire and shit like that, but like at least over the last decade or so in Haiti, that has come to really mean like these are gangs that are literally trying to take over the country. So they're not just fighting over like, you know, scraps, like, you know, control of the drug trade and this and that. They're literally fighting for like political domination of the island. So since officially leaving the police force in like 2018 or 2019, Charisier has been accused of perpetrating several more civilian massacres. It's sort of become his MO. He was originally allied to former Haitian President Jovenel Moïse, who may have, and you might remember him, famously.
That was like the shit 3 years ago or something like that.
Yes. And it may have been ordering some of these massacres against demonstrators. And so it's not a good look when the president of your country is like openly allying himself to like violent warlords and gang leaders and using them as like their political muscle in the streets, you know? But apparently the two had a falling out, and Barbecue began calling for Moïse to resign, though shortly thereafter, and I mean like a couple days after, Moïse was assassinated in 2021, which you may remember. So resignation no longer necessary because he's dead. And Barbecue then made a big display of mourning his friend and led, you know, massive parades of mourners through the streets, etc. He then went on in 2022 to embark on a bloody gang war with the equally awesome named gang GPEP. So the GPEP barbecue war of 2022, huge deal, and it was like literally like armed conflict, raging throughout the streets. And long story short, barbecue won. And then proceeded to blockade the Varro fuel terminal, which is one of the main fuel terminals into Port-au-Prince to allow the transportation of gas and oil, et cetera, et cetera. And basically just said, if the new president, Ariel Henry, doesn't resign, then I'm just going to cut off fuel support to all the hospitals and let all the babies die and shit. And Ariel Henry successfully negotiated for an end to the blockade, but barbecue is not satisfied. And that basically leads us up to the present day here. In March of 2024, Cherizier claimed responsibility for a series of coordinated attacks on various prisons throughout the island, which led to the escape of approximately 4,700 inmates. Now, this is starting to be like Batman villain shit. Like, he like freed a bunch of like prisoners and was like, okay, join my army and we'll, you know, if you want to be free, you can. This is like some Joker type shit. Yeah. And basically said, I'm going to storm the largest international airport in Haiti, the Toussaint-Louverture International Airport. And he attempted to do that, was repelled by security, but then basically came out in public and did like a press conference and was like, I'm going to take the capital. I'm gonna, if Ariel Henry won't resign, I'm going to do it myself. And if he refuses to resign, and this is the part that gets me, he straight up said, I'm going to commit genocide. And here's the thing. Genocides happen. There's one happening right now. They've happened throughout history. Very rarely do the perpetrators of a genocide come right out and say, hey, I'm going to do a genocide.
Yeah. Watch what happens next.
Yeah, check this out. Yeah. So we're talking about a guy here who's very, very cavalier and very open with his willingness to just like absolutely butcher people in the streets. So again, I really want to digress from like looking at this as the sort of like idealistic revolution that we might talk about in fond terms on this show. And it's not that Evan or I are going to be the first to say that like armed resistance against a corrupt government is like the worst thing in the world, but I really am not sure that barbecue is like the chillest dude, and I don't think that it's super good that he's being successful. So that takes us now to the earlier this month on the 12th of March, when Ariel Henry yielded to public pressure because of the mounting violence and did resign, leaving barbecue as essentially the de facto head of state of Haiti. He has succeeded. He has Port-au-Prince has fallen. Barbecue is ascendant, and he has taken over the country. And
a barbecue.
Yeah, dude. And so that's basically where we're at right now. I mean, again, this is a developing story. There's a lot going on, but it's not something that I've heard really anybody talking about. And so I thought it would be worth diving into a little bit on the show just to kind of like bring this to people's attention, and you should all be reading up on it. Because again, I don't think that it would be surprising to find that there was some sort of weird, spooky involvement in all of this on the behalf of the intelligence community. Yeah. So,
coups and counter coups.
100%.
I mean, that's just basically it's a very Haiti in the 21st century, or even before that story. Yeah, it's just coups and counter coups, and the U.S. wresting control and losing and arresting and losing, arresting and losing, and the losers are the Haitian people.
Exactly, and this is another example of like the just the people, the everyday people of Haiti, which itself has one of the most stellar revolutionary histories of modern nations.
Toussaint Louverture,
who should be idolized by everyone who believes in the freedom and equality of man. It's descended into complete chaos, largely with the help of Western governments.
Hey, I just went bought a watch with a whole lot of diamonds to show all these niggas it's my time. Took a trip out to Cali to hang with the Clips, make a play and get high off that Zaza. I say R.I.P. Kobe, a nigga so fly when I ball out, fuck around skydive. So much chicken on me, coulda went by the Williams, the Rudy's, a big ass Popeye. In a whole different bracket, this life is immaculate. If you hit me for bows, then you know that I'm taxing. Keep buying clothes that shit still in the packages. If he say that he robbed me, he capping me. Really no niggas throw sevens like Kaepernick. You not blind and you see that we have it. Known in my city, so no I'm not average. Came a long way from dope in the can. Niggas know that I step in the game that I rep. Went to Solomon, I iced out the 10 for 600 on all our net. Paid it full like Mitch. Really having this shit. Got out that stuff, started rapping, and 6 months later I'm rich. Nigga know I'm a stepper, I step with some elegance. All these niggas I'm with is some fellas, and strapped with a post, so I hope that you ever see. If they spin, make them wish that they never spin. Most of these niggas is hoes, they be telling it. Man, I'm finna take over, I'm stamping it. How you bang this shit, they selling, ain't ripping shit. Left your dog in that rain and ain't help with it. How is you solid, you ain't never dealt with it. You see me, I come different, I'm blessed with it. We ain't got the rollie, it go with my necklace. 30 for both, you could die if you mess with it. Can't do the show if it don't gotta check with it. These niggas popo, I swear they irrelevant. Hating like I don't know, that's really jealous. Knowing they mad that they no longer next. Niggas know that I step in the game that I rep. Went to Solomon, I iced out the 10 for 600 on all our net. Paid it full like Mitch. Really having this shit. Got out that stuff, started rapping, and 6 months later I'm rich.
So anyway, just something to keep on the radar, and I will definitely make sure to touch back with this story as it develops, which I'm sure that it will. And so that's that for that part. Yeah. But I know Evan's got some speaking of juicy chicken cracklins, we've got some fucking crispy meaty goodness for you. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, although brief, I guess, in transition, there was another person I really liked whose name is Barbecue. And I know I've told you about him before, but it's this, at the time when the story came out, he was a high school baseball player in Maine whose name was Barbecue Yee, whose real first name was one word Prince Howard, Barbecue Yee, wow. And with a capital H for the Prince Howard.
Is it Y-E-E?
Yeah, Y-E-E, Barbecue Yee. And he became, like, really famous probably, like, 5, 6, 7 years ago, something like that. Probably, like, 5 years ago. Because his father, who he would dress in matching, like, outfits with, his father tried to sue, like, the public school system in Maine and take it to the Supreme Court for not allowing his son to play high school baseball after transferring to a new program. It's like some kind of rule that when you transfer like programs, you have to like, you can't play in actual games the year of transfer. It's to like stop people from like drain from other programs. And he tried to take this to the Supreme Court as being unconstitutional.
Oh my God.
But yeah.
Was he called Barbecue because he's Korean?
No, his middle name is Barbecue. And his father and his parents said that they named him Barbecue, gave him the middle name Barbecue because when he was born, they were eating a lot of barbecue at the time.
So
I'm not even fucking kidding.
His given name is Prince Howard.
Prince Howard Barbecue Yee. Yeah, that's his government name. And his parents said that they called him Barbecue because they were eating a lot of barbecue at the time. And and like the pictures of him and his dad at like the courthouse, they're wearing like matching like tracksuits and shit.
Dude, I'm looking at a picture of this kid, and I'll be honest with you, the name fits.
Yeah, dude.
Prince Howard Barbecue Yee.
Yeah. Yep. Dude.
How did I miss this?
Dude. This was years ago. So anyway, every time you've talked about this Barbecue Coup, I just think of Barbecue Yee. And yeah.
Do you think this kid's got the juice? Do you think he's got what it takes to
I mean, he was like a pretty legitimate college prospect. Like for going from like high school to college. That's why like he was definitely like a player. I'm not really sure what he looks like now, but I remember back then, like, he was, like...
Well, he's still young.
Being scouted by, like, college programs and shit.
I know baseball tends to go a little later, right? He's still in his early 20s now. Or, yeah, I think he's, like, 21.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard anything about him in years since that, but tough to be a ball player in Maine, you know?
Yeah.
But, anyway, speaking of baseball... Or sports, at least. The thing that I want to talk about...
It turns out that he success. The lawsuit was successful.
Yeah.
And then
Damn,
he just
really?
decided he didn't want to play baseball after that.
That rules.
Dude, yeah. Again, this is an article from 2019.
Yeah.
After successfully suing the Portland,
Yeah.
the city of Portland, whatever, he elected to not play baseball in the spring.
Yeah. Huh. He still plays baseball, though.
Yeah, he does, but I think that
they just won, yeah. And, like, yeah, he was, like, releasing videos, like, these, like, hype videos of him on YouTube when this all went down.
Yeah.
Of, like, him and his, like, house setup, like, swinging a bat and shit like that. It was fucking very funny. Anyway, so I did want to talk about, the scourge of my existence, the absolute bane, sports betting. And some shit that's gone down this week in the world of sports betting.
Do you actually hate sports betting?
I fucking hate sports betting. I
Okay.
think it needs to be made illegal again. Like I am turning into the Upton Sinclair of sports betting. And this has been happening. Like, I fucking hate it so much. I'm not a gambler. I've never been a gambler. And listen, I understand that people got their vices, but, like, gambling's just dirty fucking business. And, you know, gambling addiction has the highest rate of suicide of any addiction. And, you know, if you, like look at, like, the vast majority of profits made by these, like, sports betting apps and shit is by a very, very small percentage of bettors. And it's because, because, like, these apps are, like, insanely fucking predatory. And, like, now, if you watch sports, if you're, like, a fan of any sports, you cannot get the fuck away from goddamn DraftKings, FanDuel, fucking whatever all of these annoying fucking things are. It's every single goddamn broadcast you have sports betting jammed down your fucking throat. And, like, it's only going to get worse. These companies are looking in how to implant sports betting into broadcasts even more. And NBA League Pass, which is you know, you can pay for NBA League Pass and you get to watch all out of market games that you want. They're now introducing putting sports betting into the app itself. It's like in like a pilot program, so I think it's only on mobile right now.
Right.
But that you can get betting lines in the app as you watch games.
Wow.
And then you can click the link and it will take you to like FanDuel or DraftKings. But eventually, like, this shit's going to be fully integrated where, like, you can just sit there on your TV and, like, click a button and make a bet and shit like that for, like, what's going to happen. And, like, listen, there's a reason that this shit is getting pushed so much, and there's a reason that companies come up with sports books. And it's because they're really good at taking your fucking money. Like,
yeah. Oh, well, that's the thing that I feel like nobody seems to get. Or that people, here's the thing, and maybe even worse, people do get, but they do it anyway because they, like, love the idea that there's a
because
chance
they're
they might win.
addicted.
Right. Like, every dude I know bets on sports.
I know, I fucking hate it.
It's crazy.
Man.
Like, it's so widespread. And no pun intended. And there is I know.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't exist as a business model if you were going to win.
Yeah.
And, like, of
you
course
are not.
you might sometimes, right? Like, you know what I did recently? I went and played bingo for the first time. It was a bucket list thing, and I was like, all right, I got invited to go to bingo. I was like, I'm going to fucking go to bingo. Bingo's nuts, right?
Yeah.
And this is bingo we're talking about, which in my mind was like little old ladies punching a thing. No, it's fucking crazy. The amount of people that are going in there dropping hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars
Crazy, man.
all the time.
Yeah.
It's because that gambling bug, dude, it gets you, right?
Yeah.
So I went in, I spent $80 on bingo. And had all these sheets, and it was fun. You know, I got to use a little ink blotter. It was crazy. And I didn't win fucking anything. But some lady in front of me won $24,000 at some fucking Knights of Columbus Hall in New Hampshire. And I felt the tug. And I've never been someone who feels fucking into gambling, whatever, but I was like, I got to come back here. I should have spent more money. And immediately I, like, recognized that thought as someone who's, like, an alcoholic and, like, has all... I was like, okay, buddy, no more bingo, right?
Yeah, we're done.
But that sensation is so powerful.
Yeah.
And it's you're right. It is crazy that it's, like, just part of the experience of watching sports now is being inundated with, like, the drive to participate in this.
Yeah. And, like, so, like, I said, obviously you and I are gentlemen who have our vices and have displayed addictive behavior before for all sorts of various things, and so, like,
Pussy.
I get it. So, but like, that's so fucking stupid.
I know, dude.
But like, dude, gambling in particular is one, like, I'm sorry, like, I really just don't even think it should be legal. And
Yeah, it's
like,
so fucked, and it destroys families, and
it fucking destroys people's lives. And like, I had like a personal experience where like I said, I've never really been a gambler.
Same.
And I'm gonna try to like not really like, I'm gonna like hold back on some details just to protect the identity of this person, because like they're I guess like, anyway, I went to a casino once with I don't know, I'm trying to like find a way to like phrase this without like giving away personal details.
Was I with you for this or no?
No, you weren't. But it was with a person who had was formerly a touring musician, and they had unbeknownst to me had just lost their job with a band.
Sure.
And they kept asking me to like go to the casino with them, and finally I'm like, okay. And I go there, and like I've been to a casino like 5 times in my life, and each time I go with $100.
Yep.
Or $200, and I say, this is the money I'm willing to spend. I'm going to spend this until it's gone, and I'm not going to like spend any more. I'm okay losing this money tonight, just having fun. I watched this person gamble there, and like we were there for like 8 hours, and I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, dude, like let's go, like can we just go? And like I watched this dude gamble away all of the money he had made on, unbeknownst to me, his final tour with this band.
Yeah.
And like at one point he even won like a few $1,000s, and then he gambled that away.
Yeah.
And it was like everything. And like I was just like watching it, and finally I get to a point where like I'm just gonna go sit outside until you're done, because I can't watch this anymore.
Yeah.
And like the casino literally had security, because like I kept trying to like pull him away, and they had like the security guard just like stand outside with me while I was waiting, because they were clearly like, dude, we're making a shit ton of money off this dude. Fuck it. And it was just like, what the fuck, man? And
they don't want
like,
you dragging him out of there.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, dude, we're making a lot of money off this dumbass on like a Tuesday night. Fuck off. But yeah, and so like I've seen that happen, and you know, this shit needs to be made illegal. It's like if you like ever play like a slot machine, or fucking like obviously like the sports betting on your phone, it's all like geared into like lulling you into like almost this like unconscious state where you're it's a lot like social media, where you're just scrolling, and like you like like kind of like your vision like glazes over or whatever, you know what I mean, where it's just like it lulls you into like almost like a different stream of consciousness, you know what I mean? It's like a drug in that sense. But this kind of shit is fucking disgusting, and I think it's really disgusting how much like every sports league in this country has gotten in bed with sports books and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then there was this fucking story that, guess what, drops this week. And I know it's kind of like made its way out of even just like the baseball world, but also the sports world. But I'm sure you heard about the shit that went down with Japanese like superstar Shohei Ohtani this week, right?
I heard that something went down, but I just like you did not know much about barbecue, I have not looked much into this.
Yeah. So Shohei Ohtani is like the biggest baseball star probably since like Ken Griffey.
Sure.
And you can see it in like if you look at like the baseball stars that make the most off of endorsements every year, like number like 2 and 3 is like Aaron Judge and shit, making like 5, 6, 7 million.
Yeah.
Number 1 this year is Shohei Ohtani, who's making about $70 million from endorsements this year.
Jesus Christ.
He is like, he's probably the most famous person in Japan. And like he's like one of the most famous like athletes, at least in this country right now.
Yeah, he's huge. Everybody knows who Shohei Ohtani is.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and obviously for good reason. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball and one of the best hitters in baseball. He's like a total an athlete unlike any that's ever been seen in like any sport for like what he's able to do. And
I mean, I would say you could compare him to like a Bo Jackson or like what's his name, Deion Sanders, like somebody who's just like good at multiple things.
Yeah, but
within
this
one
isn't
sport,
good.
I get
this
it.
isn't good at multiple things. I mean, these are like two like this would be like having Tom Brady also be like the best defensive back on the Patriots during those days.
Yeah, I think Bo Jackson's an apt comparison.
No, I mean Bo Jackson was a good player, but like he wasn't like he didn't like light the world off. Like it's insane what he did in like being able to play baseball and NFL, but he wasn't like an MVP level player, at least in baseball. But so like Shohei Ohtani, yeah, it'd be like the best quarterback in the NFL, also being like one of the best defensive players and playing like every snap,
Right.
like on both sides of the ball. Like that's kind of like the comparison here. And one of the other things about him is that he's fucking squeaky goddamn clean. Like this dude has been like a huge thing since he was like a teenager. He was like drafted by the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters and when he was 19 years old, which is when he first met this dude named Ippei Mitsuhara, which is his former interpreter slash best friend slash assistant slash chauffeur
so like procurer
slash
and
like literally
handler.
basically his other half.
Yeah.
This dude Ippei Mitsuhara, and now Ippei was about 10 years older than Shohei, and Ippei worked as an interpreter for the Nippon Ham Fighters when Shohei was drafted at 19, and so Ippei was 29, and they became friends. And when Shohei came to the U.S. to play for the Los Angeles Angels,
Dude, he looks shady.
yeah. But so when Shohei came to the U.S., he brought Ippei on as his personal translator, and like I said, but their relationship is like more than just like an interpreter. It's like it was, as they say, they spent 365 days together every single year. Ippei says he spent more time with Ohtani than he did with his own wife. And he was also like, I think he was paid both by the team and by Ohtani for his services. Just because, like, yeah, he's basically like Shohei's handler and like best friend. He was his homie. They hung out together all day, every single day. And like I said, Shohei is like squeaky clean. He did nothing but baseball. Like, there's very little details even about his personal life. But
he like just got married, and like the announcement was basically just him being like, "It is true. I am now married."
He said, "I am married to a normal Japanese woman." Although she's like a former professional basketball player from Japan, so she's also like 6 feet tall. Those children are going to be absolute giants because Shohei's like 6'4". But and then all of a sudden, some weird shit came out this week, and like. You know, so Shohei Ohtani used to play for the Los Angeles Angels. Now he plays for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Ippei Mitsuhara obviously went with him. They're a package deal. And then shit got really fucking weird. So, I'm going to be quoting pretty heavily here from this excellent rundown by Tisha Thompson at ESPN. But basically how this happens is at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, which is the baseball season began in Seoul, Korea. Last week.
Yep.
So the Dodgers and the Padres were playing in Seoul in Korea. But basically early last week.
Was it that Dodgers pitcher? Who's that new Japanese pitcher who like get like his first
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Oh, dude. That looked so fucking rough.
Yeah, he's a very good pitcher, but that was not that was an inauspicious start.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
But anyway, so this like weird fucking all of a sudden, like, last week, after the first game, weird shit just went down out of nowhere. Basically, what it looks like happened is that there was this... In California, bookmaking is illegal still. You can't sports bet legally in California. And some illegal Southern California bookmaker named Matthew Boyer is under investigation. And then it comes out last week that there are 2 wire transfers totaling $1 million from Shohei Ohtani to this illegal bookmaker. Mm-hmm. And now, I guess as a brief aside in baseball, you can bet legally on other sports if you're a player, but you obviously can't bet on baseball. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's like a cardinal rule. I mean, everybody knows, or at least many people know the story of Pete Rose.
Pete Rose, yeah.
He was banned forever from baseball because he bet on baseball games.
That he played in.
He played in and that he managed as well.
Yeah.
And including betting for him to lose, like his teams to lose and shit like that. So obviously that's like a like it's a big fucking deal. Like that's obviously like it could be like a big crisis point for the sport if people are betting to throw games. I mean that happened in the 1919 World Series. If you remember the Chicago White Sox intentionally threw the World Series. So anyway, it comes out that Shohei Ohtani had wired money to an illegal bookmaking operation in Southern California, led by to some guy named Matthew Boyer, and so obviously this is like an organized crime syndicate here. Now this all comes out because a spokesman is hired for Ohtani, a crisis communication spokesman, bad first day on the job, I'm going to just say, is hired. And so quoting from the Tisha Thompson article, this is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Monday. The spokesman for the first time says Ohtani paid the debts on behalf of Mitsuhara. This is the $1 million. He says Bolello, who is Ohtani's agent, went to Mitsuhara, who, quote, finally came clean to him and said that was the truth, and that Ohtani told Bolello he had covered Mitsuhara's debts in $500,000 increments. It's not clear whether the spokesman is saying Ohtani communicated with Bolello through Mitsuhara. The spokesman quotes Ohtani as saying, yeah, I sent several large payments. That's the maximum amount I could send. The ESPN reporter, because all of this was said to like an ESPN article, who had reached out to Ohtani's camp for comment. So the ESPN reporter, knowing the spokesman worked for Ohtani, wants to hear it from Mitsuhara. The spokesman says he will work on arranging that. So then Ippei Mitsuhara gives an interview to ESPN saying that he had a gambling debt amount to at least $4.5 million, which Ohtani covered for him.
Right.
He got him out of his gambling debts. And he said that neither of them knew that this was an illegal operation. Now, Shohei Ohtani speaks English, but I think it's only like conversational English. He's not like fluent.
Right.
And so he always speaks through his interpreter.
Yeah.
And apparently what it seems like is going on is that so what you've gathered from the story is that Ippei Mitsuhara got gambling debts with an illegal bookmaker up to $4.5 million. And that it's now said at this point, through a spokesman for Ohtani, interpreted through Mitsuhara, who is speaking for Ohtani, that Ohtani covered the debts for him.
Right.
But then it starts to, all of a sudden, after Shohei's lawyers hear what's been said in this interview, and they talk to Shohei, and there's like some Dodgers team meeting where apparently Ohtani started asking questions like, wait, what are people talking about? Comes out, it sounds like Ohtani fucking potentially did not know that Mitsuhara was saying this on his behalf.
Right.
And that Ohtani knew nothing about this. Although it's kind of unclear, like, as more details have emerged, it started to, like, seem like that was the case. But at first, it sounds like, sounds like Ohtani's lawyers heard about this and were like, dude, that's illegal. And that they retracted everything Mitsuhara said.
Yeah.
Eventually, as things come out, it sounds like maybe Mitsuhara was... people kept talking to Mitsuhara to get Ohtani's statement, and Mitsuhara is the guy under investigation, and so he's just spinning, like, all of these lies.
Right. Oh, God.
Dude, so
I mean, do you think that Shohei Ohtani is, like, legitimately ignorant of this whole thing, or do you think that, like, is Mizutani taking the fall for him?
So that's what a lot of people have said, that like, oh, what if Ohtani was the one who was sports betting and Mitsuhara's taking the fall? And it's like, all right, so Ohtani would be smart enough to go through an intermediary to place his sports bets, but not smart enough to not wire the money from his account directly to a bookmaker.
Right.
So like that, I don't know, that just, and like obviously you can't really know anybody that you don't know. Even I guess you don't really know what's in the head of people that you do know.
Yeah.
But, like, Shohei Ohtani's, like, squeaky clean. Like, he doesn't really, like...
Yeah, it doesn't... Like, to the outside observer, it seems tremendously out of character.
Yeah, because, like, this dude has spent his entire life becoming, like, both an incredible pitcher and hitter. It would seem weird for him to, like... I mean, obviously, addiction's addiction, but it would just seem weird for him to, like, throw that away for, like, sports betting. Not... Also, like, why would he have, like... allowed his debt to get up to $4.5 million. Like, the dude makes $70 million a year in endorsements alone. Like, he could just like pay it as he goes. You know what I mean? But anyway,
right. And like, if he was able to cover this debt, like with like the wave of a hand, like, here you go, here's $1 million.
Yeah. So it was like $4.5 million, and it was sent like over months and like $500,000 installments.
Yeah.
But then like, I just so more details have come out too. So that Ippei Mitsuhara apparently seems like this might be like a talented Mr. Ripley scenario, which is where this is like really starting to get interesting.
Yeah.
But so anyway, as a quick rundown again, Ippei Mitsuhara allegedly built up like $4.5 million in gambling debts with an illegal bookmaker.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani paid it. There's question as to whether or not Shohei knew that this was fair gambling debts. Yeah. Whether or not he was just giving his friend money because he thought it was a loan and his friend had lied, or whether he doesn't even know that the money was taken whatsoever.
Right.
This is all a question.
Or, I mean, yeah, like it could be as simple as him being like, dude, all right, you've helped me out so many times. I have the money to help you with this.
Yeah.
Get your shit together.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
And like I would do that for you. You know what I mean? Like I can.
Yeah.
I
If
can
I had like
absolutely
$70 million and shit.
Yeah.
like
If
that,
I had
like,
$70 million and you were like, dude, I am so sorry to ask, but I'm in the fucking hole.
yeah.
Not a question, right? So
Yeah, absolutely.
I can see, even if you knew that something was like a little shady, I can see trying to help your friend out.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
you know, if you have the means to do it.
Yeah, because it could have just been as much as Mitsuhara went up to him and like, hey man,
I'm in
the
people,
hole.
I'm
I'm
with
not
some
gonna
bad
tell
people,
you.
like-
I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but
Yeah.
like I owe some people some money, and like I'm worried for like my family safety, for my safety. I'm worried about my wife, worried about my kids. Can you help me out? And you'd be like, sure. Just I'm not gonna ask
Don't
questions.
fucking tell
Here
me.
you go.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You're my boy.
Could have been that. He could have known it was for gambling debts. He could have not even known. I mean, it sounds like Ippei Mitsuhara had basically all but like power of attorney over Shohei.
Yeah.
Like with how ingrained he is, so he may have even been able to send the payments himself.
That's the other thing I
knows?
was going to ask. I was like, does this guy have that kind of access? Either
It sounds like he may
known
have.
or right. Yeah, he may have figured out, oh, I can just
Yeah.
oh, it's for expenses only, but I, you know, like,
I mean, it could have been something like Ippei Mitsuhara was like asked him for a $500,000 loan.
Yeah.
Shohei sent that. He looked at everything that Shohei did on his computer to make that happen, and then did the rest of the payments. Could be like anything. We really don't know. But then it comes out this week. So Ippei Mitsuhara on his like personal resume and everywhere it says that he was the former interpreter for or that he was the interpreter for this former relief pitcher, Hideki Okajima.
I remember
played-
Hideki Okajima.
Yeah, he played for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
This week, the Red Sox come out and say, we've looked through all of our records and we have we have nothing indicating that this man ever worked for this team. And then it came out who Okajima's actual interpreters were. Like this shit is like on paper. Like you can look through like old Boston Herald and like Boston Globe issues and stuff like that and see Hideki Okajima with his personal interpreter and shit. And it was not Ippei Mitsuhara. And then it comes out, and then Ippei Mitsuhara also like on his personal resume, and this is like in the information sheet with the Dodgers and the Angels, says that he graduated from like UC Irvine or something like that. And then his college comes out and says, we have no records that anybody with this name ever even attended a class here.
Wow.
And so, and now here's another
It's
thing.
like a George Santos type deal.
Yeah, like the talented Mr. Mitsuhara or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
So it looks like this dude has been somehow lied his way into being an employee of the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters, maybe by faking his resume, saying that he was like interpreting for Japanese players in America and all that. Like, so Ippei Mitsuhara was born in Japan but grew up in the U.S. and he's bilingual, but he's also apparently pretty famously a bad interpreter. And like Ohtani was fine with it because they're like best friends, but like it's kind of like people have talked about forever like that. He's not really that good of an interpreter, and he like clearly messes things up sometimes, or like isn't very clear based on like what Ohtani said in Japanese and then saying it in English. And like people have been talking about that. People who are bilingual have been talking about that for years.
Yeah, dude. He needs to get Mariko-sama. That's who he needs.
Yeah. Yeah. But so it sounds like this dude like has been lying forever. He apparently I think it's like Japanese media or something like that has reported that he maybe went to school for like casino dealing when he was younger.
Fuck, dude.
But I mean, I'm guessing more is going to come out about this, but like that's what he went to school for and somehow found his way into working as an interpreter in Japan for American players. And that's how he like latched on to like Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, he's just a dirty little boy. Isn't he? He's just a dirty boy, dude.
Yeah, fucking and like I was saying, like the fucking he's like a talented Mr. Ripley, man. He's just like wormed his way. It sounds like allegedly, I don't know, but sounds like he maybe wormed his way into like Shohei Ohtani's life, and it's just like, and like Shohei was like 19 when he met him.
Yeah,
this dude was like 29, so like potentially now just like preying on this like young dude because he knows like, oh, this guy's gonna make a lot of money if I
Yeah,
can,
and he's like
become...
this innocent little doofus who just
Yeah.
he's so good at what he does. He's got infinite money. I'm not going to take all of it, just a little bit.
Yep. So it sounds like maybe like as more details come out that might be what's going on.
Wouldn't be the first time that some fucking crafty sycophant has attached themselves to somebody talented and tried to make a living off of them. Yeah,
but so I mean, that dude. Like I said, gambling addiction's addiction. I feel I'm sorry for Ipe that he did that, but also like. I really want to so some of the other sordid details of this is that the guy, Matthew Boyer, the illegal bookmaker, was apparently introduced through like a different MLB player. Like there was like some kind of poker game going on. It was this dude, David Fletcher, was involved. He used to play for the Angels and Braves.
The executive game?
Yeah, the executive game, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, from Sopranos. Yeah. I fucking love having fucking cheese at my feet. So apparently like there was like this poker game going on that like involved like MLB like players and staff, and this dude Matthew Boyer was invited there from some other acquaintance of this player David Fletcher, and that's how he met Ipe Mitsuhara, and obviously was able to worm his way into Ipe Mitsuhara's wallet. But I'm sure he, part of the calculus here of letting a guy who is making only like $100,000 a year working for the Angels build up $4.5 million in debt is because, well, his best friend is Shohei Ohtani, and I think MLB needs to look long and hard then at the fact that this illegal bookmaker was is apparently running in circles with MLB players, and is able to worm his way into other people. Clearly, like the whole goal was to get Shohei Ohtani's money eventually. Yeah. Whether through like blackmail from Ipe Mitsuhara or, like I said, just getting him into a big hole, and then getting Shohei to pay it off. If the guy was smarter, he probably would have found a more a better way to like sort of smoothly navigate Ipe Mitsuhara's debts with him, instead of letting it balloon to $4.5 million and making him pay right away. He probably could have fucking bled that dude dry for years, being is so close proximity to Shohei Ohtani. But I just thought that this story, it comes really at just like, I mean, this is not the story that MLB wants, and this is kind of the bedfellows that every sports league in the United States has made. With all of these sports betting apps, they're really they're pushing addiction on people, and you know what? That means that the chickens are gonna come home to roost, and the people in the game are going to get addicted as well, and you might have your biggest star in decades now be embroiled in a really ugly controversy.
Rocco, please. Skills, oh my god.
Can't nobody tell me shit cause I got cutters, motherfucker. Bitch, I'm Virgil till I die. No, I can't be nobody other. So my chopper is the only thing we got is just each other. I'm the type that need the walls up when they ballin' cause I'm gutter. I ain't fuck your sister, bitch, I'm just a motherfucker. Nah, I'm lying, I knocked her ass down too and we got in lots of trouble. Fuck Mexican OT and fuck his rap, see, just a bitch. Oh, I'm Virgil till I die. No, yes sir, I'm with the shits. On 288 swinging elbows like I'm in the UFC. My chopper got a mind of his own, so if it's shoot, it ain't on me. I stay out the F because I'm a G. Bad bitch with me, she stay on fleek. Miami heat up a shoot a 3, call my chopper kid because then I got a knee. Yes, bitch, I'm cutthroat, no love, ho. We gon' get them done, fo. Hop out with these sticks, I told my Theo, let that mug blow. Mismatch my designer, got me feeling like I'm love, fo. If a bitch can't afford my washer and I ain't got time for itty bitty bro, ho. Hey, yo, is that Mexican OT? Can't nobody tell me shit cause I got cutters, motherfucker. Bitch, I'm Virgil till I die. No, I can't be nobody other. So my chopper is the only thing we got is just each other. I'm the type that need the walls up when they ballin' cause I'm good. I was deep in that water swimming with them fishes, them great dummy missions. I was jumping fences, I came out of the mud like a victim of ditches. Everywhere I go, got a Glock in my breath. Cut them up, now the doctor giving them some stitches. A beam on the yacht, but I ain't never missing. Double D's on the cutter, Nina got extensions. In the south side of Texas, double cup we sippin'. Southside steppin', I'm player made. I pull up on me, sit with Minute Maid. If it's drama you want, we pull up where you stay. I ain't calling them cause I'm one deep in this thing. Ready for one, straight up like a soldier. The toolie gon' knock it head right off his shoulder. I'm acting the fully while pushing the stall on my grandma make cookies. They got me on slow-mo.
Virgil, you have everything under control.
It is all in your mind. The world is now in your hands. Finish him!
Can't nobody tell me shit cause I got cutters, motherfucker. Bitch, I'm Virgil till I die. No, I can't be nobody other. So my chopper is the only thing we got is just each other. I'm the type that need the walls up when they ballin' cause I'm good.
Yep. I mean, I think we'll see more and more of this with athletes and whatever, as the lines get blurrier.
I mean, like, the NBA has had fucking game-fixing problems for years. There's, like, the fucking referee who got caught fixing games. Like,
dude,
this
the
is
NBA,
like when we were teenagers.
The NBA is like... And, dude, I like basketball. I grew up, that was my favorite sport to watch, and I have never been a big sports guy, but, when
that
we
was
were
my
kids...
favorite
was
when
like
I was a kid, too.
The Michael Jordan era, dude. It was like... And... I don't know, man. I like the Celtics. They've had a hell of a year, and I watch every so often. Probably as much as I watch baseball, so not religiously, but more than any other sport. Yep. And I don't know, man. It just feels less and less like it's a real sport.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to exaggerate. Like, I'm far from the most knowledgeable, but like, I don't know, man. There's it just seems like a lot of theatrics going into it, and And then there's MMA, which I know is huge with gambling. And that has always seemed like a shady... I mean, it's so fucking violent. And, like, there's something about the type of people that a sport like that attracts that...
Yeah. I like boxing, but I've never really been into MMA.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the artistry of both, but I think both have a tendency to get a little brutal in ways that I don't enjoy. Like, I don't like watching somebody get their heads smashed into the ground,
Yeah.
But like the judo, jujitsu shit, I think that's all really cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a shame, man, and I hope it turns out that whatever. I hope that this Ippei guy doesn't drag Shohei Ohtani down with him, unless Shohei Ohtani's culpable and deserves to get dragged down. But either way, that would be a shame. And I know a lot of baseball fans would be pretty fucking bummed because
I love Shohei.
Everybody loves Shohei. That's the thing. He's like, who doesn't like him?
Yeah, he's the most fun player to watch.
He's so much fun, and he's like literally like seems like pretty universally beloved just because.
Yeah, he's like a big teddy bear.
Yeah, his personality is so fucking neutral, and he just seems like he just loves playing baseball, and he doesn't talk shit. Isn't like a fucking no drama in the fucking clubhouse. He's just all about it,
Yeah.
So, hopefully, there's no sad epilogue to this.
Yeah. But fucking bane of my existence, man. Sports betting. I fucking hate it.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I fucking hate it.
I agree with you. I guess we've never talked about it, so I didn't realize that you felt so strongly about it. But it makes sense because you're such a, especially with baseball, you're such a like for the love of the game guy.
Yeah, I mean it's also just like it's fucking predatory, dude.
Yeah,
it's like these fucking companies are just preying on people's economic insecurity. And then selling them a bullshit addictive method.
Yeah, that's not even
where they can like dream on not being so economically insecure, but it's actually making them more economically insecure.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just a disgusting predatory industry.
It's dangling a carrot in front of a mule,
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wouldn't work if you didn't sometimes give a mule a carrot. But most of those mules, they're not getting a carrot.
Yeah, they're not getting a carrot. And as a matter of fact, the carrot that's being dangled in front of them is from their very own bowl, if they would just turn around.
Yeah. Oh, wait, this is one of my carrots.
Wait, I like that carrot. Well, no more. You ain't getting it.
It's my carrot now. Yeah. I'm going to give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Who already has too many carrots.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, gambling addiction, the addiction with the highest rate of suicide.
Yeah. And you know what? I will go ahead and post a link to some gambling help if anybody listening has issues with gambling, because like Evan said, we've both had our run-ins with our own little cases of the sillies, and
cases of the money wasties.
We'll pop some info in the show notes for anybody that needs it. This was a fun one.
Hmm.
Barbecue and gambling, buddy.
Yeah.
The two great American pastimes.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate it, as always. And we will be back next time. I decided to do my episode on the Belgian Congo. So another feel-good left unread hit.
Nice, classic left unread banger.
Yeah. Kind of back to the roots of our show, you know.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. So that's coming up, and we'll see you guys soon. As always, there will be links to our Patreon in the show notes, which, you know, we appreciate everybody that's signed up for that. There are varying tiers to that, so don't feel like, you know, if you are unsure of being able to give. First of all, if you don't have the money to give, we don't want it. But if you are with Extra and you like listening to our show and you feel so inclined, you know, there are multiple tiers of giving that you can do, and we appreciate whatever you're able to offer. Before you throw that $5 on that parlay, why don't you parlay that to left on right? Yeah, I mean, we can't guarantee you that the payoff is going to win you any money or make you powerful or anything, but you know,
we will be your friends.
At least you know where it's going. Yeah, and I mean, we're still so grassroots and small that we would literally probably be your friends.
Yeah,
we haven't yet developed that us and them mentality.
Every single Patreon subscriber is in our circle of trust.
Yeah,
they're among our best friends.
If we ever run into you in public, we will buy you a beer or seltzer or whatever,
or some lunch or something.
Yeah, lunch. I don't know, buddy. It's kind of just
like a sandwich.
That's just giving them back the fucking Patreon.
Well, just a sandwich. Well, a beer is too these days.
That's true.
Fucking Christ, dude! I went out last night and I was like, my God, man.
I know. I'm going out right now. But I don't drink, so I'm cheap.
Yeah. Hey, man, those fucking
dude. The NAs are not any cheaper.
Yeah, and the liquid deaths are like $5 too.
And the what?
The liquid deaths are like $5 too.
Oh, I know.
If you go to a show.
Yeah, I only ever drink NA beers like at a show, or if I'm like on a date, I'll have one or two. That's kind of it, because they're not cheap. Like they're
the same price.
Financially, it's just like having a beer problem.
Yeah,
and they're great. I'm glad
you're less inclined to drink them.
I'm glad they exist. And actually, shout out here to Notch Brewing up in Salem, Massachusetts. They have a really good non-alcoholic hazy IPA, and I find that I like the non-alcoholic IPAs much better than alcoholic IPAs because they're so much lighter on the belly.
And they make my face leak too.
Yeah,
like I just get all fucked up.
Yeah,
dude.
They make my anus dilate.
Yeah, not that for me so much, but
I get really pronounced anal dilation. So. Anyway, we love you guys dearly, and we will be back next week with another episode of Left Unread. In the meantime, don't gamble away your fucking hard-earned earnings. I mean, I guess a little bit here and then is fine. Do what you got to do. Go to bingo, play a scratch ticket, but just fucking come on, don't give your money to those goose eggs.
Yeah.
And you know, steer clear of Port-au-Prince, Haiti for the time being.
Yeah. Nope, definitely don't go there.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Peace.
Run up on Big Glow, you won't, I bet your ass be on the floor. Big carbon hit like Mayweather, Tula come through and blow a hole. Got millions out that rap shit, they hate a bitch, but they stole the flow. Got back in after back in coming, fuck em, I stole the show. Don't run up on that bitch, she a head case, all she do is shoot. I signed my deal up on the PJ and hopped out a parachute. I'm geeked on next week, bout no more features, I might just stir at you. I'm geeked on next week, bout no more features, I might just parachute. Yeah, Glow, stomp a little pussy hoe with some shell toes. Yeah, Glow, slapping rap bitches and making bail, ho. Yeah, Glow, two-tone Cartier match the nails, ho. Yeah, Glow, no competition, these bitches stale, ho. Yeah, Glow, curbing on curbing, my shit in layers, ho. Yeah, Glow, say they get money, but I can't tell, ho. Yeah, Glow, keep running circles around these snail hoes. Yeah, Glow, and my shit bumping up in the jail, ho. Big Glow, where you been at? Mine, everywhere I'm working hard. Maybach and G-Wagon truck, got M&M's in my garage. Quick to crank up on the hoe, you bitches better not get me started. Locked in with the gangsters and players, my folks gon' keep it solid. Everything I got on new, it look like I got renovated. I'm cocky, bitch, when I was just humble, they didn't appreciate it. Young, wealthy, and ratchet, I'm the hood, bitches' motivation. On top of the world now, they tried to underestimate me. 'em glow. Them bitches fraudulent, you know you the truth. Get 'em glow. Stop overthinking, these hoes can't fuck with you. Get 'em glow. Standing on business in these Chanel shoes. Before I let a hoe play with me, I'll go eat some jail food on gang. Glow. Stomp a little pussy hoe with some shell toes. Yeah, glow. Slapping rap bitches and making bail hoe. Yeah, glow. Two-tone Cartier match the nails hoe. Yeah, glow. No competition, these bitches stale hoe. Yeah, glow. Curbing on curbing, my shit in layers hoe. Yeah, glow. Say they get money, but I can't tell hoe. Yeah, glow. Keep running circles around these snail hoes. Yeah, glow. And my shit bumping up in the jail hoe. Yeah, glow.